Hey guys, Suno here, and in this video, I'll be going over what I pretty much mentioned in the title, which is routine, right? Routine, routine, routine. Routine is one of the most important things that you need to have if you want to achieve success. Now, if you look at successful people, right? Athletes, um, scientists, academics, businessmen, like people who are successful in multiple facets of their life, right? They all have a routine. Now, first of all, what is a routine, right? A routine, in my opinion, is a fixed structure that you follow for that particular day, every single day, right? You have a particular structure for every single day. Now, according to Google, what is routine, right? A sequence of actions regularly followed, right? Performed as part of a regular procedure rather than for a special reason. Now, this is what is most important, right? The actions that you need to take for success needs to be performed as part of a regular procedure rather than for a special reason, right? They need to become so ingrained in your daily activities. Like you have to do them repeatedly every single fucking day. That's how we're going to become successful. No matter how you feel, how you feel or what emotions you're having for that particular day, no matter how angry or annoyed you are, or sad or depressed you are, or tired you are. None of that matters, right? What matters is have you completed the actions for the day? If yes, boom, you follow through with your routine, you're one step closer to your goal. If not, then boy, you have regressed. Now, the problem is a lot of people consider routine boring, including myself at one point, right? Because you got to do the same thing over and over again, right? It will become boring at some point. Here's the thing though, success is fucking boring. You got to eat the same things every day, or similar things every day. You got to do the same stuff every single fucking day to basically achieve your goals. For example, in your business, you have to prospect every single day. You have to take calls every single day, or you have to, manage your ads every single day or something. Some action is a constant every single day, right? Um, you got to post a video every single day. So yeah, after a point in time, after some time, the excitement wears off, the motivation wears off, and it turns out to be fucking boring as fuck, right? Um, that's the sad or fortunate or unfortunate truth. The good thing is you just gotta do the same thing over and over again. Consistency is what matters. The bad thing is it's boring, right? But does it really matter if it means you'll achieve your goals? Even if it's boring, right? If you do a particular set of actions every single day, if that means if the execution of those actions means success, means the achievement of that particular goal, then who cares, right? Now, how do you start building a good routine? It all starts with when you wake up and go to sleep, right? Now, this advice applies to me as well, so know that as well, right? I'm not trying to talk down to you or something like that. This applies to everybody, including myself. So you gotta wake up and you gotta go to sleep at around the same time, right? Because that's the first step. Once this is dialed in, you get an immediate win, like the moment you wake up, right? Like, for example, you've set that, hey, I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. every single day, and you follow through with that, then you're gonna be like, okay, yes, I woke up today at 7 a.m. Okay, that's a win. It's an immediate win. The moment you open your eyes, it's a win, right? You got up from your bed, and then you went to the restaurant to do whatever you need to, right? Um, that's an immediate win. That sets up your day. That sets up the rest of the day for success, right? Um, Another important thing is you need to go to sleep at around the same time as well because both are linked, right? Time you go to sleep, affects when you wake up, right? And you need to have good sleep for good productivity. Um, I have to work at night time, so I've come up with a time that's best for me, right? Your situation may be different, so choose accordingly. But for a regular individual, who's working normally in the mornings, that is, instead of late night like me, I'm recording this video at 11:23 p.m., right? 23:23, as you can see for proof, 23:23. So if you don't follow crazy schedule like mine, then go to sleep at around 10 p.m., man. That's best, right? Go to sleep at around 10 p.m. Um, start winding down after dinner at like around 9:30 p.m. And then you will go to sleep at around 10:30 p.m., max 11, right? Wind down, go to sleep, and then wake up at 6, 7 a.m., right? I really wake up at 4 a.m. Because that's what I would do if this crazy scale did not exist. I used to do that before as well in my school days. I used to wake up at 4 a.m., study, and then play video games. That's how I used to motivate myself. I'm like, hey, wake up at 4, you can play Batman Begins or some fucking game, right? I'd be like, hey, man, wake the fuck up. You can play a video game now. Like, you can wake up, you can play video games for the next 2 or 3 hours, before getting ready for school. Get the fuck up. There's a video game waiting for you. That's how I used to motivate myself. I know that sounds stupid, but that's how I used to do it back then. Right? Find something that will motivate you to wake up at that particular time. Right? For example, hey, if you wake up at 6 a.m., then you can go to the swimming pool and swim for half an hour or an hour. Right? That's just an example. Find something that suits you, right? Based on your situation. Um, that's that. So, like I said before, wake up at a particular set fixed time and then sleep at a particular set fixed time. Can have variations of 30 to 60 minutes max, 1 to 2 hours. That's all. No more than that, right? Because you got to also take into account your fatigue and things like that. So, yeah, that's the first one. What do you do after you wake up? Well, you need to figure out your goal, right? Like I mentioned in my previous videos, you have to reverse engineer the daily actions that need to be taken in order to achieve that particular goal. So I'll go back to the health and finances aspect, right? So for health, let's say you're looking to gain 5 kilos, right? In relation to my goal, right? In 30 days. Figure out how much calories you need to intake. And okay, you'll get a number, right? Um, and then based on that number, find out what foods that you need to eat. May that be peanut butter sandwiches or bread and cheese sandwiches or buffalo milk or whatever, right? Select all the foods that you need to eat that'll give you a lot of calories. Chicken, mutton, whatever, fish, eggs. Write down all the stuff that you need to eat to achieve that particular caloric goal. Once that's done, you'll have your daily actions, right? You'll have what you need to eat for the day. What you can do next is take that one step further and then, decide like, okay, I wake up, I'll have a coffee, and then I'll have my peanut butter sandwich. You set times, right? Meal timings basically. At 11:30 a.m., I'm going to have this. At 2 p.m., I'm going to have my lunch. At 5 p.m., I'm going to have meal three, a snack basically, and then I'm going to have at around 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. dinner. You could do that. That's just an example. And then you set some time for working out, going to the gym. Um, and then you set up a work schedule as well, right? Okay, from I'm going to work from 9 a.m. to you wake up at I'm going to work. Sorry, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm going to have coffee, and then I'm going to do my exercise. Come back. You could add in a pre-workout meal, right? Maybe 2 bananas before you go to the go to the gym. I'll come back, have a peanut butter sandwich, drink some milk, and then boom, right? Breakfast done. And then after that, at around 2 p.m., have lunch. But in between that time, what will I do? What am I going to work on? Plan out all those things, right? Every hour needs to be planned out. I hope I'm making sense here, right? Every hour needs to be fucking planned out precisely, right? Um, you can do this by a method called time blocking, right? You may have already heard of time blocking. So you take your Google Calendar, and then the calendar is broken down by the hour, right? It's split up by hours for that day. You can pretty much set what you are going to do or accomplish for that particular hour. You can create a block. You create blocks for the entire day, and then boom, you pretty much time block the entire day, right? Now, when it comes to deciding your daily actions, um, there are two types of actions, right? There are two types of actions that one needs to take in order to achieve success. Number one is one off actions. Number two is recurring actions, right? Kind of like business, one off payments and recurring payments. So, one off is you do it once and then boom, it's set up. Recurring is you got to do it every single fucking day. In terms of like health, okay, what are my one off tasks? I need to go get a gym membership. I need to buy some gym clothes or gym equipment, things like that. A food scale, install MyFitnessPal. All those are one off actions. You install them, you set them up, and then boom, you're done. Okay, that's the one off actions. This is what I have for business. It may be setting up a payment processor, um, incorporating your LLC or starting your LLC. Those are one off actions, of course, right? Creating your pitch deck or something like that. Those are one off actions. Once you're done with them, it's done, right? Recurring actions, like I mentioned before, you got to do them every single fucking day. So for health, that means tracking your calories every single day, going to the gym every single day, working out every single day, um, or 5x a week, whatever you prefer. I don't prefer 7x a week. Don't work out for 7 times a week if you are looking to achieve hypertrophy. I know I'm not qualified to give you fitness advice, but I'm just saying, right? It's good to incorporate one rest day, just one rest day, at least. I prefer 5x a week because that has helped me maximize my gains, right? I know I'm not supposed to talk about fitness, man, but come on. Based on previous experience, right? I used to be working out 6x a week. It's really good for the mind, but for muscle building, it's not the best, right? Um, for business, right, for finances, um, I'm just talking from a business perspective. I don't know about your job. For a job, it may be different, right? You have to pretty much do the tasks that have been assigned for you for that particular day, for example. For a business, right, it will be okay. I gotta prospect to these many people. I gotta send these many follow-ups. I gotta post 1 to 2 videos every single day. I gotta um what else? Take these many sales calls every single day. And then, there you go. Those are your input actions. That you need to do every single fucking day, right? In order to achieve your goal. Reverse engineering is your best friend here, right? That's how I would suggest you attack your goals. And once you have come up with all your daily actions, time block them, right? Put in a specific time in which you're going to finish that particular task. Okay, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'm going to create 2 videos. Each, I'm just going to record them, right? Each in length anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. It is all depends on what you want to do, right? But you gotta mix the content, right? So keep that in mind. I'm going to prospect from this particular time to this particular time. Okay, I'm going to eat this particular meal from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Just an example, right? So that's how you have to approach this. You'll now see and realize that it's pretty much doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over fucking again. Right? Wake up, eat these meals, do these actions, go to sleep. Wake up, repeat. Eat, sleep, repeat. Eat, sleep, work, repeat, right? That's what you gotta do. Eat, sleep, train, work, repeat. I fucked up the saying. Eat, train, work, sleep, repeat. Now it's better, or at least in my eyes, that is. So, yeah, with that being said, that's why routine is important, right? Because success, like I mentioned before, is about who's willing to do the boring but important actions every single fucking day, consistently and relentlessly with the same intensity, right? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, you gotta do the boring tasks every single day with the same relentlessness and the same consistency, right? You can't be fucking wishy washy. You cannot fuck yourself up by seeking comfort over progress. With that being said, I hope this video was useful. I hope I conveyed something of value to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.